Hello guys, welcome to Devlog Book, and today we're gonna learn how to implement the Zig Zag traversal method in a matrix. So this is the project that we are working at, and I changed the font. This font is called Cambria. You need to change the font of your Visual Studio. You should using tools, options, and there is font and colors, and then you can change it. This is a camera, and I choose the size to 11. It was 10. It's better for me. I hope you enjoy as well. So before we can continue, we need to make a commit. And this is a good way to use to make a commit. This is a Git chain panel of Visual Studio. It's very interesting and very useful. You do not need to do the command line every time. Visual Studio already gives something to shortcut the process. So how I make a commit? If this is a fixture, I just make the command fix. However, what we did, if we click here, you're gonna see what we did. A new algorithm. This does not exist, and this is what we did. And another chain with this file is just called the function columnize. I like to make a standard commit, a standard message commit. It's very important because in the future, when someone is reading your history of commit, they're gonna see what you did. So I like to just fit 2 points. And if you work in a company and there is Jira or Bitrix or Trello, I like to put the number, the ID number of the card here. But here we do not working with it. We just do, this is a feature. And what we did, we add a new column wise traversal method. So we're gonna stage everything and commit and push to the repository. Alright, it's done. Everything okay right now. So what I'm going to do right now is to make a good README. A README is a very important part of the project. And so here in Visual Studio, you can suite the way to visualize the project. And clicking here, show all files. And then I'm gonna create a new file here. New file, new item. And it's the name of it. Let's see if we got here some example of README. Now we're gonna create a README by clicking by readme.md. Alright, this is a file. You're gonna describe what the project is. And here, I got an example of a good README project. This is a project that I'm gonna share with you sooner or later. Actually, this is locked. It's not public, private. But I'm gonna share with you guys. And this is a template, a layout of a good README. This is the way I use. It's not the best way. Maybe there is something better. I don't know. If you have something in your mind, just put in the comments and let's share this with the community. Here we're gonna set about the project, a short description of the project, the project layers, the folder structure is very important. Before to create each folder, it's very important you describe the reason why that folder exists. what files is inside it, the installation step in using to help the future developers to run the project in your machine. This is an .env example just with the key, not with the value. Be careful with this. Do not put the value here, it's just the key. And some comments about the .env and what comments to create a database, comments to run the migration, seeds of the project, integration test. I'm gonna do another video sharing with you the difference between integration and unit tests. There was a lot of kind of tests. It's very important to our project and useful. Swagger, how to create migrations. I don't know how to create, I never remember that, so I write in the README, and every time that I have to use it, it just goes to the README and copy and paste. It's a shortcut to process. It's very good and useful. So we're gonna put just 3 hashtags about the project, and this project is destined to show some of different ways to traverse a matrix and how we can work with the 3 matrix definition using C# language and current methods. What we already did. So the first one is row rise, and the second column rise. Today we're gonna do zigzag rise. All right. So we create a new file. What I'm gonna do is go git change. The new file is here. Let's save everything, and we're gonna do feature. What we did, add new README file. Start, commit, push. Right. And then you can see a README about this project, a short description, and the current methods that we're working at. And if you click here, commits, if you see each commit have a short description of what we did, add a new column-wise traversal method. If you click here, we're gonna see what we did, the changes in the source code. This is very, very important when you work with a team. So another dev make some changes in the source code, and you should know what he did. It's just go here, and if the commit have a standard, it's easier to see what was done. This is a new README file. Here we got some changes in solution, the version of Visual Studio, make some upgrade, and the new file, and this is the content of this new file. So we can go ahead, and now we're gonna learn about the traversal method. Some good approach to use the GPT, artificial intelligence, it's to make diagram. So I created the diagram using GPT. I asked him, created this diagram for me, and I always chat with the GPT in English. So this can help. The grammar, languages, and here with program contents and making diagrams for me. And I'm gonna use these diagrams to show you how to do that zigzag traversal. So the first step we need to do is to column by column. First row, column by column. After that, we have to go to the second line. But when we go to the second line, if you see here, we have to go column by column. However, the last column for the first step, the first line is first column until the end. Next line, the last column until the first. And then we're gonna do a zigzag in the matrix. So how can you implement it? Here we're gonna the file call it list of matrix here, and we already did row rise here, column rise here, and it's time to create the zigzag column here. So we're gonna create a public static void function, call it zigzag traversal, zigzag. It's gonna receive the list of a list of integers. We use it to represent it, called list matrix that we did. And inside it, what I'm gonna do is make a console log here. No, it's not JavaScript. Console write line. Console.writeLine. And inside this, we're gonna make 2 break lines and zigzag traversal. Another line from left to right and right to left, row by row. This is exactly what a diagram represents. If you can see, left to right and right to left, row by row. So we're gonna make a for loop here. Integer I receive 0. While I it's less than list matrix.count, you're gonna receive it itself plus 1. What do you receive itself plus 1? This plus plus is a shortcut. In C, we do not have this. Actually, this is a shortcut for this. I receive I plus 1. However, we can do some better. So C++ ahead, they created a shortcut to represent this just with 2 plus. And inside this, we're gonna make an if clause, a conditional structure. If I mode 2 equals 0, then do something. So else we're gonna do another thing. And here we're gonna break the line. If the rest of the division of A by 2 is equal 0, so then E is an even number. Else, if odd number. So this is how we can determine it, if the number is even or odd. So if the number is odd, what we're going to do, it's to traversal column by column, all this line column by column from left to right. And we already do it in our last class. Just make a for in J for column, I for row. That's importance to use this or organize the ideas. For in J receive 0, while J it's less than list matrix at position I of memory.count. What we're gonna do, it's J++. Inside it, we just make a console write and we're gonna write here the list matrix at position I, at position J, and a space after that. All right. So if this is odd, not even, so what we're gonna do is to traversal the line from right to left. So how can you do this? It's just to invert the for loop. Make the for int j, same way. However, instead of receive 0, you're gonna receive the list matrix at position I dot count -1 while j greater or equal 0, j you're gonna decrease. This is plus plus, works same as the minus minus. This is equal, receive j -1. However, we can make this alias, make things more short, or clean. Make the clean. Make the things more clean. I'm gonna just console log here now. Console, right, not JavaScript. I work with JavaScript and Python sometime. I think in print, console log, no. This is C#. That's what we did in the above. And list of matrix at position I, at position J, and a space here. So this is the algorithm. Let's see if it's gonna work. We're gonna do here, simple here now. Just call it matrix, list matrix dot zigzag, and pass the 3x3 that we're already doing. Let's run it. Cross the fingers. All right, let's see. Zigzag traversal. This is the matrix 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this is the zigzag traversal. What we're gonna do is to traversal the first line, left from right. However, these have to be 6, 5, and 4. 6, 5, and 4. And after that, we're gonna traversal from left to right once again. And if there are more lines, you're gonna repeat. Next one, go to right from left. And this is how we do the zigzag traversal method. This is the diagram to represent. It's a very interesting way to traverse a matrix. So this is the video about, this is the today video, guys. I'm gonna thank you to watch the video until here. I will be very happy if you give the like, and see you on the next video. Let's give it a best shot.